guys, you're in my garage. It's the springtime. Some of you guys putting tubs outside for summer tubbing. I'm setting up tanks in the garage. Check it out. Hi guys, it's Scott.
Hey guys, it's Liz.
From King Queen Cichlids, and today is summer tanking day in our garage, right?
Yes, sir.
Now this is the second year we've done this project. Last year it was very successful until the last moment. Some of you guys who have been with us for a while remember the video where we actually were not prepared for winter to come quite so soon, and because of that we lost a few fish in the garage because we did not get them out quick enough for them before it got really cold in here, and unfortunately some of the fish perished because of the cold temperatures. This year we got a totally different plan. We have a totally new setup. We're going to insulate the garage this year before it gets too late. We're going to have a central air heat unit in here to make sure it stays above 80. And if you can see behind us, and even better if you just listen, I'll shut up for a minute. It's oh so silent in here, and that is because we are not using hang-on backs like we did last year. We're not using canisters like we did last year. Oh my God, that bill was tremendous.
Yes.
I mean, our bill between the air conditioning and running the fish room in the garage, it was ridiculous. So we have gone to what is a Gemco air compressor. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And we have done it very efficiently. Now, you guys who don't own your house or are renting, you might want to listen to this. We took the Gemco, and I found some heavy-duty tubing that was at Lowe's. I got 10 feet of it, and I cut some pieces, and you will see some video footage of me doing this, actually. And I was able to find an adapter, and I put the hose into the Jericho, put the adapter in, and we had a really cool, what is that we get from Kurt, the air nozzles?
Yeah, it splits the air lines.
Go ahead and talk about it. I think I got it over here.
So it splits the air line. I forget exactly what it's called, but we can run about 4 different airline hoses and sponge filters off of it.
Actually, it's more than 4. There is 12 nozzles for it. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is a very small mini version of it. This one has 4. The one we're actually using now has 12 air nozzles on it. So I have spliced that into some tubing, and that, what's it called again?
Gemco.
Gemco is an incredible air compressor or air pump, whatever you guys call it. It is so silent. It is, I mean, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 15 tanks in here, and it is running all of the sponge filters without even breaking a sweat. So it's really, really impressive for me. I've never been one to use an air compressor, air pump before, but I'm really pleased with it. I decided to just come up with my own way of doing it, and it seems to be working well.
Yeah.
I do have one of the air nozzles slightly open to kind of bleed some of the pressure out so it doesn't get too much pressure and blow any of the hoses or anything. So anyway, it's working out really well. Now, some of you guys are probably wondering, why the hell are we for 4 or 5 months setting up tanks in our garage? Well, there's 2, maybe 3 good reasons for it. Liz and I do it every year because, number one, this is the one time a year, or this is the most common time of the year where clubs have big auctions.
Yeah, a lot of spring auctions are happening right now, and it's nice to be able to have a spot to quarantine all these extra fish that we're bringing in. Because we have been known to overindulge at an auction and pick up more than we actually have space for.
Now, we have seen the NJAS, North Jersey Aquarium Society, had an spring auction 2 weeks ago. The Pittsburgh Aquarium Society had an auction, spring auction, last Saturday. And now Bucks County Aquarium Society, one of our favorite clubs, BCAS, is having their big auction this Saturday. Don't ask me what time it is.
May 5th, I believe it starts at 11 or 12.
Okay, so I believe you can come in like an hour or 2 early to check out what's there. There's also a list Tom Galuli has put up of all the cichlids and dry products that are going to be there. But nevertheless, and just like Liz said, one of the reasons why we have all these aquariums in our garage at this particular time is I will probably have a list of 3 or 4 items that I want. Liz will probably have the same. I guarantee you Saturday evening as we come back home, we'll have 20 or 30 things we didn't plan on having, but they were so amazing at such an amazing price, or they're stuff that we've never seen before, or stuff that you just can't get anywhere, that we end up buying stuff and saying, hey, let's throw it in the tank. We can either put it in our fish gallery or we can resell it at a later date. So we just try to be prepared, and a lot of experienced hobbyists do this. We try to have several tanks that are bare, that are cycled with a sponge filter, just ready for whatever we may bring into the house. If you see, I've kind of thrown in my Oscar in this 75. This is the largest tank we have out here. I got this Oscar through an auction here. Perfect example. Yep. We got this fish for what, $1?
$1, I believe, at the last Aquarium Club of Lancaster County meeting.
And he is a huge 12 inches, if not larger, for $1. And these are the type of deals that you will get at auctions, and you got to be ready for it. So that was reason number 1, right? Reason number 2, you want to take that, or you? So
reason number 2, it is always nice to have a separate space for fish that get injured or sick. So we always have we try to keep a couple of spare tanks up and running at all times, just in case we keep big bad cichlids. If they get into a fight, if something were to happen, it's nice to have a spot to remove them and treat them.
I can't agree any more than what Liz says. But the type of cichlids that we keep, like you said, big bad cichlids, South and Central America cichlids, they are always, there's a pecking order for authority, for territory, and they're always fighting. Even when they're breeding, they will beat each other up. So we, again, Liz said it perfectly, we like to have some tanks so we can let the female have, or male, depends on who it is, have a space where they can recover and heal again. So great one. The third one is close to my heart. It is because this is the time of year where tropical fish competitions are about to happen. So starting with the Keystone Clash in September, and then we had the Aquatic Experience, which the ACA is hosting, the cichlid show there. We have the OCA Extravaganza. It's just one after the other after the other. I think the PBS Bowl Show is coming. So there is a lot of competition that's going to take place in the next 3 to 4 months. I personally, and I've learned from a lot of different people, like to pick out the cichlids I'm going to be showing, put them in their own tanks, let them grow, let them heal, don't have any tank mates with them that might be messing with their fins or nipping at them. And they get 3 or 4 months where I just give them the best premium foods I can. I do, instead of doing 2 water changes a week, I might do 4, because water changes and quality food is what makes a fish grow in size, color looks great, and also helps with its deportment. So you will see, and we did this last year. I mean, we have footage from last year where we did the same thing, but thanks to Liz, the flow in here is a lot better. There's a lot more room for us to stage fish. But that is our third reason that we do this. So anything else?
No, that's all.
All right, guys, you will be seeing more videos from us. We actually have, Liz got some ponds, and we're going to be messing with doing some summer tubbing.
And there should be a lot of plants. I know Dr. Ted Coletti is speaking Thursday night at BCAS, and I hear there's also going to be a ton of plants Saturday at the auction. So I'm looking forward to picking up some things to put in the tubs.
Now, if you guys know by now, Liz has really gotten a green thumb. She's got involved with nano tanks, aquascaping, growing out plants. She's going to be doing summer tubbing with a lot of help from Ted Coletti.
Yes.
So if we haven't, we're going to pick his book up and do a lot of reading. But Liz has a lot of stuff in store for you guys who like to do plants, nano tanks, and stuff like that. I might throw a couple of jaguar cichlids outside and just see how they breed, how they do out there. I've always been interested in doing stuff like that. Also, we're going to be doing an aquascape contest between Liz and I. I'm going to actually get silk plants and show you some of the tricks I use to make my tanks look the way they look. Liz is going to be using real plants, and we're going to see if you guys can tell the difference. So lots going on. As always, if you are not having fun in the hobby, you're just not doing it right. All right, guys. Take care.
Bye.
See you later. Bye-bye.